Hello. How are we? How are we today? In true penumbral fashion, I noticed an issue with my mic right before I started streaming, which it's kind of par for the course at this point, isn't it? When's the last time we started a stream that didn't have like fucking audio issues? But I think I fixed it. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to watch the VOD, but yeah, so if the microphone explodes, you know, just don't blame me. Or chat issues. Yeah, I don't know if chat's probably still fucked. Hey Apin Live, how are we? Hugo, Bilgo, I see y'all. Fox and Raven, Arkmera, Blackout, Hugo, Akib. All the boys are here. Yes, we were in fact born in Scuff. Hey Don, how you going? Let's flick over, shall we? Hello. How are we? Why am I not talking? Why is my guy not talking? Hello? Hello? Oh god, my mic isn't showing. Hang on. Hang on. Scuff has already begun. Oh, it's because I disconnected my mic because I was trying to fix shit. That would make sense. Hey Helmet. How you going? And give me a minute. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. I think, yeah, cool. Right. We're fine. Thank you, Stream Elements Bot. Hello to you too. The chat works at least? No, it doesn't. Don't jinx it. Look, it's already fucking broken. As per usual, chat has broken immediately. Hey, Amy, how you going? I do have test chat though, which I haven't actually tested, ironically enough, that I could very well test. Yeah, you saying it did in fact break. Do you want to just hang on? I have the very scuffed, very not optimized, very trash chat ready. Actually, I don't have it ready at all. That's a fucking lie. I have it here. I can try and make it fit. It's not very pretty, but at least it works. It's also probably going to be blurred as fuck because I'm having to like... Okay, never mind, it doesn't work. It's cut off. I thought I had it working. I didn't have it working at all. I didn't have it working at all, chat. Final Fantasy VII songs? Bruh, I love Final Fantasy songs. Hey, Call of Duty. All 77 Call of Duties are in the chat. You'll be sad the day chat works? Yeah, I know. Hey, Wildcard. Yeah, the day chat works is the day I think I stop streaming. Because then you guys are going to be constantly in my goddamn face. It'll suck. Oh, whatever. I can't be bothered fucking fixing this. I'll keep it as it is. Hey, you never know, maybe it'll keep working for a while. We should time it. We should place bets at the start of every stream as to like how long chat will take to fucking self-implode. But anyway. Hello, welcome. So this is the news stream for last week. So last Monday to Sunday, because I missed it because of real life shit. Because real life sucks sometimes, and it gets in the way of things. Who would have thought? I don't know who decided that real life was more important than anime girls on the internet, but I need to speak to their manager. Hey Ash, how you going? Hey Chaos, how you going? How's it hanging? It's hanging alright. Pretty chill. I have my cup of tea. I don't have any sugar. I had to use sweeteners, and it doesn't taste very nice. Ugh. I normally have 4 sugars with my tea. I know that's a bit strange. So yeah, there's less like small shit to talk about today, and there's a lot more. There's like a few topics that are very like not heavy, but they're very in depth that we can talk about. So it's a bit different. Normally we have like honey and tea. Yeah, I do like putting honey in my tea. Like normally we have like 15 topics and only like 2 of them are important, but this week we actually have quite a few different topics that are maybe kind of important. So let me just get the timestamps going as per usual. I don't know if Venom's in chat or not, but did I see the Idle EN debuts? I did, but because this is technically last week's and not this week's, I'll talk about the Idle EN debuts this Sunday, like for my normal stream. Moon Boys on Get the Popcorn. Yeah, get your popcorn, get your soda, get your Twizzlers. You have those in America, right? Taking a lunch break on your drive back home. When you start driving, you'll be lurk listening. Fair enough, Ash. Don't crash. But yeah, I did see the debuts. We'll talk about it more on Sunday, but they look fucking cool. Oh yeah, Connor's here. Never mind. The superior timestamper. Where's my? So right, 7. What do we want to start with? I guess we can just run through some of the less important stuff really quickly. Let's see. That's not really news. Actually, I guess it's kind of fun. So, I don't know if you guys saw Pekora's Monkey. I don't know how many of you guys saw this. I actually do need a tab to show you guys. You have Twizzlers in the US. I've seen those. I think we have them over here, but I don't know what they're called. I can't remember the name. But hey Tao, no worries. I'm happy to help. Thank you. So yeah, Pekora apparently owns, what is it? I think it's a bush baby. I think is its technical term. Technically what it's called. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, she didn't buy a monkey. She bought a fucking monkey. The fucking is very important, I think. It really does add to the whole character. I think it's technically called a bush baby. I'm not entirely sure where it's from or what it is, but she did get one. You know, see if I can get an image up for you guys really quick. Nope, that's the clip. Hang on. Fucking monkey. Where the fuck? Where the hell is this tweet? I literally had it for the making the goddamn video and I've lost it. Huh? Yeah, it's a Senegal bush baby. It looks fucking cute. Oh, here it is. Hang on, I found it. Found it, chat. Keep your pants on. Or don't. Take them off if you want. I don't judge. Yo, Salty, thanks for the super chat. Okay, come on, chat. There we go. I just had to acknowledge it.
Pekora's monkey is less important. Heresy. It's been used to drown out so many dramas.
That is true. It was a nice break from the drama this week where everyone just focused on the fucking monkey. It's great. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. Nope. Nope, it's just gonna sit awkwardly in my nose and make my eyes water and it's never gonna come out. That's great. Oh god, I think I'm sick. I don't normally get colds, but I've been sneezing a lot recently. It's like, oh for fuck's sake. That is the worst. It is like sitting on the tip of my nose and I cannot oh no. Oh no. Oh, this sucks. Oh god, my eyes. I can't see. My eyes are watering. There into the light. Oh god, this is the worst. I'm sitting in a dark room. I don't have any light. I'm a little fucking gremlin, goblin. Oh god, my nose. Ugh. Ugh. What is happening? Why is my entire body rioting against me? I just wanted to show off the fucking monkey. Is that so bad? Is that... Hang on, let me show the fucking monkey to you guys really quick. Here. Fucking monkey. Look at it. It's adorable. I don't quite... It's a bush baby. Just look at that while I go and try and fix myself. Okay, I've turned the light on. It's... I'm staring at it. I don't know if this will help, but whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's move on. That was the worst thing. It's like... Did you guys ever have to, when the virus was going around, did you ever have to do those, like, COVID tests where you put them up your nose? Because those are the worst. I will say that. Those are the worst things to ever be invented by mankind. I've never been so uncomfortable in my goddamn life. Like, the saliva one is way better. Oh my god. Shoving that thing up your nose literally makes your entire body just go, no, no thank you, stop that. And it activates like every fucking defense mechanisms in your body. Your entire fucking face just implodes. It's the worst. Hey mage fired him. There you go. But you know, I had to do that for one test, and then I did the saliva ones for the rest of them, but that one test, dear god, was the worst. I guess there's like some stuff up your nose that is very sensitive. Which makes sense because you sneeze all the time. Anyway, yeah, that's Pekora's fucking monkey. It was great. And then she said fucking monkey, and everyone clipped it, and it became a meme. And it's honestly a good meme, a fair meme, a valid meme. I like the meme. What else? Pokemon, why is this music so like busy? Timestamp, yes. Let's see. I don't know. Pokemon isn't really. Everyone's playing Pokemon. We can talk. Do we want to talk about Pokemon? It's not really VTuber news, but it is VTuber related because every VTuber is playing it. That's enough. That's enough justification for me. What's it called? It's Scarlet Violet, right? Honestly, I thought they'd ran out of colors for Pokemon at this point. I don't know where they're pulling them from. But yeah, so new Pokemon games came out. They are hilariously buggy. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this. Hang on. Oh, where is it? I saw this thing on. I think it was on Reddit. I saw it, but man, where is it? There's like, it's like a bunch of the kids, like, yeah, it is so buggy, and the cutscenes play in like 3 FPS. Where is it? Oh fuck! I hate trying to find Reddit posts that you saw like a week ago, and you're like, man, I know this is exactly the thing I need, but I cannot find it. Hang on. It'll probably be like the top of last week. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I cannot see it. But yeah, it's essentially there's a video going around of like the kids sitting in a classroom, and their legs are all moving in time with each other, and they're all fucking lagging, and it's great. Where is it? I don't know if I'll be able to find this. It's buried in the Reddit. It might have been deleted by the Pokemon mods because Pokemon fans kind of hive mind. You don't like the grass starter's second and third evolution? I don't like any of the starters' evolutions. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I think all the starters, like final evolutions, look dog shit. Like, where is it? Okay, if you don't want spoilers for the starters, look away, I guess. Wait, is it? Where? Can I just have like one easy image that shows them all, please? Where the fuck? Where? I cannot find anything today, apparently. The internet is just rallying against me. Why do cats stand up? I know. What is it with fucking Pokemon and not liking just keeping shit on 4 legs? Hey Arkwolf, you're not that late. We only started about 15 minutes ago. Why can I not find anything? I was considering doing like a platinum Nuzlocke again, because it's been a while since I've done one. They're very fun. But I don't think I'll be playing the new ones. No thank you. Is it possible to like determine the final evos from leaks at this point? I do prefer them on all 4s. Can quote me on that. Is it? I'm actually gonna have to open a fucking Game Rant article. Oh my god, I am. What kind of world do we live in where Game Rant is my best source? Okay, so the fire starter looks cool. Kind of. It's alright. It's not the worst. I can tolerate the fire starter's final evo. Right, by the way, quick. No, spoilers incoming. If you don't want to see the final evolutions of the starters, look away. I'll try and remember to tell you when you can look back. But here they are. So, fire one is kind of cool. Fire one's alright. I don't mind the fire one. It's a bit bland. Like, it's not that interesting as far as starters go. Like, we have a lot of crocodile starters already. Not starters. Well, actually, we do already have another crocodile starter. Or I guess it's technically an alligator, but whatever. But it's not bad. These two things are fucking abominations, right? Just, this one, the fire one is alright. I will give the fire one a pass. It's not great. It's not amazing, but it's alright. Look, I will give it that it's at least more interesting than, like, it's at least more interesting than, like, old starters, for the most part. It's alright. But, grass and water? What the fuck is this? First of all, why is this man T-posing? And second of all, why does he look like fucking Batman? Like, did I see Chloe's reaction? I did not. It's fucking, what is this? And then, I even get, what the fuck is this? Why does it have toes? Why has it got like painted nails? What? Like, and the most annoying thing is, right, is that you can look up like concept art or you can look up like fan arts of the Pokemon starters and they look way cooler. Like, hang on, where is it? Like, you can look up like fan art and shit, right? Like, look up, look at this, right? Way cooler. Way cooler. Still, the water one still probably wouldn't be my favorite, but it's cooler. And there was like, I saw another one at some point, like, where is it? I saw another one for the Firestar that was really cool. It had it as like a T-Rex. And I'll see if I can find it really quick for you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There was that one, and then there was like, oh, this one. This looked cool. The middle evolution on this one isn't great. I don't really like it, but the final one is fucking awesome. This thing. Look, oh, nope. Look at this thing. Fucking cool. It's cool as shit. This thing, I'm not too sure about the middle one. The middle one's a bit weird. It's a kind of the awkward. I mean, to be fair, most middle stage evolutions is tend to be a bit weird. It's very Croconaw vibes, you know, like. But this final evolution fucking pops off. Sadly, this isn't what they went with. They went with what they did, which was an abomination and an affront to God. So unfortunate. I just don't get why they're so obsessed with everything looking like human-like and everything recently. Like, there have always been human-like Pokemon, I swear, but recently, just every fucking, like, new starter, like, has to be on all four. Sorry, not on all four, on two legs. And it's just, like, ever since, I think, when did it start? What were the... No, the Gen 5 starters were fine. Gen 6, I think, is where it went wrong. Because you had Greninja, you had Delphox, and you had Chespin, which were all on 2s. And then you had Decidueye, which is on 2s. Primarina, or the water one, whatever it's called, was on... she still looked fucking ugly, but at least she wasn't on all fours. And then Infern... What does that get called? The fucking cat man. The same thing happened in Gen 7 as is happening now. They started with like a cat that looked really cool, and then they just turned him into like a man, and it's kind of weird. Civ definitely went a bit off the rails. I didn't play Gen 8, thankfully. I bought Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, because I kind of wanted to see them, because I played Gen 7 and I wanted to see what they changed. Not worth it, and then I stopped buying them because they're literally the fucking worst. Pokemon's creatively bankrupt? It is. And the reason why it won't get any better is because you will see people on Twitter and people on Reddit right now being like, you know, I know the graphics and stuff are bad, but I'm having so much fun. And like, look, you can have fun with what you want. You're allowed to have fun in a game. Nobody can like police you, but the fact that Pokemon fans are so like willing to just get shit on constantly by the developers and be like, but guys, there's like a new cute Pokemon and he's my favorite, and that's like all they need, and they will keep buying Pokemon games until the end of time, is the reason why it's never gonna get better. Like, from what I've seen, this generation isn't actually bad in terms of like overall content. It's like okay. It's like, it broke the sales record. I know it did. Because it's Pokemon. And it's always going to break the sales record. Because it's casual gamers, right? And there's nothing wrong with being a casual gamer. But when you don't really give a shit about gaming that much as like an actual hobby, you're willing to kind of just buy the Pokemon game once a year. And you're like, oh my god, it's Pokemon again. Yay. And then you play it for 20 hours and then you put it down and never touch it again. And then you give it a 10 out of 10 score. Hey Hatter, we're bitching about Pokemon. Especially because, like, do you know what they did? They took off, first of all, I think it was last gen, they took away the XP shared toggle. Because first it was the XP share, and then it was the XP all, which was an item that you could toggle. And then they just turned it into an option, and then I think they just made it the default thing. So you can no longer turn off XP all. And then they took away this generation, they took away the set option. So if you don't know, in Pokemon, you have like two battle options. You can play set or you can play switch. Switch is when it's like, do you want to switch out your Pokemon? They're going to send out this. Do you want to send out the exact thing that counters it? And it makes the game ridiculously easy, which is why I turn that off normally. I normally play set because it's way more fun. They took that away. They just took that option out. The option is just not available anymore. Why? I don't fucking know. But they keep taking shit out and just making the game worse. So they took out the like national decks, they took out XP all, they took out the set option. They've never had multiple save files. They are like just compare it. Hey Tax, they just compared like Pokemon to like any other JRPG. They're missing so many like important, like critical, like staple features of a JRPG. And everyone's just like, yeah, but it's Pokemon. They have, oh, sorry, they have like a cute crocodile. Isn't that like, they have curry now. Isn't that fun? Don't you want to collect curry? It's like, no, fucking, I want to play Pokemon. Fuck off. I swear, I hate the extra features in Pokemon. I've always hated them. The fucking, like, the contest. This isn't even a nostalgia thing. I've hated them as far back as, like, when they first started, which was, like, Gen 4. Like, the contests or the, like, putting things in the little box so that you can, like, pet them and, like, feed them and, like, care for them. Not just because it's not what I play Pokemon for, but because it constantly annoys you throughout the game. And it's like, hey, do you want to pet your Pokemon? It's like, no, fuck off. I want to play the game. Thank you. Sorry. Pokemon ran over. I stopped playing after Gen 7, and I hated Gen 7 with a fucking passion. The last game that I actually thought was, like, pretty good was Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I think those were pretty good remakes, but other than that, no. Trash. Apparently Chloe reacted to the evolution. In Pokemon last week discussion stream, yeah, I know. What is this? Ow, loud. Loud. Oof. I know that feel. What the fuck is she riding? Is that a motorbike? Are there just are there literally just like motorbike Pokemon now? Did I see Fauna's reaction? I did not. Did Fauna have a reaction? It's a wait. The legendary is a motorbike? You've got to be shitting me. The legendary Pokemon, like Crusher of Regions, like regaled through time, is a fucking like Harvey Davidson. I could pick that thing up at the shop for like $2,000. That's the legendary. A two-wheel having fucking motorbike. You shit. Not even a car. Not even like an airship or like a plane or like. It's a fucking motorbike. You've. What? What? Excuse me. Can't wait for Nintendo to expand it to the bike manufacturing business. Yeah, this is actually their big brain play to start being a bike manufacturer. Hang on.
My candies? I have a few. 7? Maybe don't use all of them.
Good old Fauna.
Okay, you're level 16. Oh shoot,
He's evolving.
Oh wait, this is happening right now?
It is happening. 16 is when they normally evolve.
I'm terrified. I'm horrified.
The ice cream one in Gen 5, that was funny.
Oh no.
Oof. Yeah, that.
It's furry. How do I see you? There you are. Are you Naruto?
Fucking
The
Fauna.
face is cute. It kind of looks like Puss in Boots. The face is cute. Oh,
Why is it Naruto running?
It's pretty cute, but
It's pretty cute, but it's a furry. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Alexa, play Hurt by Johnny Cash. Yeah, that should have been an ooh moment. Saying I'm used to having shit evolutions from Pokemon at this point, honestly. Let's move on. I think we've talked about Pokemon for long enough. This is meant to be VTuber news. Why the fuck are we Pokemoning? It has 2 gigantic wheels, but it runs on its legs. Fucking hell. Do you know what? If you're into Pokemon, play ROM hacks. ROM hacks are fucking fun. What was it I played the other day? It was a platinum ROM hack. What was it called? It was like... Oh, what was it called? Because everyone is playing Pokemon? Yeah, I know. I request Vesper news. We'll get to Vesper in a minute. We talked about Pekora's Monkey and Pokemon SV. There's a bunch of anime festivals going on that hololive is attending. I don't actually know that much about them, and I also kind of don't care. I know this is... I'll timestamp it in a minute. This isn't really a timestamp. I'm just kind of mentioning it. I don't really care about festivals. I don't go to them, so I don't really keep up with them. And I also feel like one happens every fucking week where they're like, hololive is attending this festival. Nijisanji is attending this festival. I've kind of reached a point where I'm just not gonna like talk about them anymore because it's not interesting to me anyway. Play Pixelmon? I do play Pixelmon. My issue with Pixelmon at the moment is that they changed the way breeding works in Pixelmon, and now it's a pain in the ass, and I can't be bothered doing it anymore. So, what else? I think we got over we got through all the. I think that's all the, not really like the very quick stuff. So shall we go into? Oh wait, no, there was new. Man, we'll talk about Pixiv really quick. I don't know if you guys use Pixiv or not, but I assume you know about Pixiv. I'd be very, very surprised if you want. 3230, thank you, Connor. So there's like new Pixiv rules banning. Yeah, so it's like a very common website for for the cultured stuff. And apparently there's a bunch of new rules regarding man. I'll find a Reddit thread about it. Basically it's like restricting certain kinds of content. I think it's like protecting against like lolly shit and where is it? Hang on. Okay. Here it is. Many transactions take place so that you can't... So this is for like selling shit. Sexual exploitation of a minor, incest, bestiality, rape, or non-con. So... I'm not really torn up about this. I'm not gonna lie. Apparently that wasn't banned already. I don't know why. I feel like probably should have been banned already. It wasn't, which is kind of weird. I'm not exactly sad about it. I assume there's going to be a lot of weebs that are, because weebs are into some weird shit. Also, side tangent. Did you see that anime that new anime adaptation for the dog? Did any of y'all see this? My Life is Inukai-san's dog. Okay, I definitely can't show that. Actually, no, I probably can. I think it's probably fine. Did you guys see this? Okay, fine. So this is a new anime that's coming out, right? And I've not actually read it myself, but I've seen I don't know if you guys are on the anime no context subreddit where shit comes out. Timestamp. Oh, I probably should have timestamped. Hey, I timestamped Pixiv, which is kind of related tangentially. Anyway, so I've seen the anime no context it come up, and basically, it is just a straight up bestiality manga, and it's getting an anime adaptation. And I'm not gonna lie, I am very excited to see how in the fuck they spin that. I don't know how I don't know if Crunchyroll is gonna pick that shit up or what. It's gonna be funny. I feel like it's gonna be like interspecies reviewers all over again. Some some unfortunate hosting site is gonna pick it up and be like, hey, this is kind of a funny lewd thing, and then it's gonna get to a certain episode, and then we're gonna be like, Oh, hey Scarlet, how you going? But yeah, no, it's kind of I'm kind of everyday with. Thank you for the donation, Iron Fury. Let's hope Streamlabs picks it up this time. Should do. But yes, every day we do a Street Further from God. I did say that VTubers did kill God, so kind of checking out. But yeah, I saw that pop up on Reddit and I was like, huh? Alright, bruh. Ah, flashbang. Let me clear some of these goddamn tabs. I have like 20 tabs open. I do not need 20 tabs of Pokemon. Alright.
Hey, Penumbra, sweetie.
There we go.
Each day we stray further from God.
Thank you, Iron Fury. Indeed we do. Or were we ever close to God in this first place? I don't think any of us were ever getting into heaven. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I don't know why. Right, every time I move, whenever I like move my mic around, it like does this weird like popping thing. It's kind of weird. I don't get why. Where was that? Hey Spacey, how you going? Oh, and Dotsu, hello. Wait, Dotsu's here already, I thought. I know, whatever. Oh yeah, okay, do we want to jump into the Vesper thing now? We haven't really covered like a very, we haven't covered a very serious topic yet. So why don't we jump into the Vesper situation? So, if you didn't see it, I assume you either saw it or you saw me getting like into Twitter arguments about it, but if you didn't, I will find it really quick for you. Because False talked about it on his goddamn video, which is the first time I've ever been featured on False's like actual channel as like in one of his videos, and it's for having a fucking awful take on Twitter, which does check out for me, but it's not what I wanted my legacy to be, bro. That's not what I wanted to be known for. Why you gotta do me like that, man? But let's see if I can find it. Here we go. So, I also popped up on Kyo's as well. I don't know why everyone used my goddamn response as like the de facto, like, yes, this is the response of the public. I don't speak for anyone but myself. But like, Kyo used my tweet and False used my tweet. I'm just a fucking moron. Don't use my goddamn tweets. That is a nice picture. Thank you, Twitter. But, yeah, so essentially they said, effective immediately, the accounts of talent of Vesper from Holostars, Ian will be stopping all activities for 2 weeks as a result of his internal misconduct within hololive production, right? And if I can just find this, there was a Reddit post, there's a Reddit post with like a Japanese translation that is like a bit more in depth. Like apparently, Brave gone on your own Twitter live. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you guys already know what will be in there, right? Yeah, it was like it dissected like the Japanese version so that you can see, but because the problem is like Japanese is like such a fucking like it's like the language is so implicit. There's so much shit like implied through context that it's very hard to like directly translate. But if I can see, I can't find it, but apparently like in terms of like what it actually means, the it explains a bit more. Hang on, where is it? Let's see if I can find it. I cannot see it. Okay. Troublesome acts of that kind. So it's like I think from what I'm getting is that he did something that inconvenienced like his co-workers or something. So like, which to me I think rules out like some of the more serious shit that people have been speculating he got, like he did, so many people jumped like straight to sexual assault, and it's like, bro, you got like some stairs in your head or something? You want to take a few steps before you leap to that conclusion? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Hello? Like, the fucking NBA basketball levels of leap. But for what it's weird because like hololive. So let me explain my take, because I do stand by my take. I know I said that it was a terrible take. I do stand by it. I did change, like I did after seeing some of the comments about it. I did change kind of my view, but I still stand by the main crux, which is that if you give it like a vague statement of talent has been suspended for I'll bring up the tweet again. If you have like a vague tweet of like talent has been suspended for internal misconduct, right? And you don't elaborate, and because of the way why is the audio bitrate so low? So I just had a thing come up saying the audio bitrate is 0. Anyway, if you put out a tweet like this, right, and you don't elaborate, and because of the way cover works, right, Vesper loses access to like his account, right? So he can't tweet, and he can't like defend himself. He can't elaborate, and cover isn't going to elaborate. So you just have this sort of vague statement out in the wild, and nobody really knows what it means. But all it does is it means everyone speculates, and the guy that is like at the center of speculation can't even defend himself, which kind of rubs me the wrong way. I know he signed a contract, and it's kind of comes part and parcel with being a corporate VTuber, but it just doesn't. I'm just not the biggest fan, if I'm being honest, and I don't get the point, if you know what I mean. Like, people said, why would they lie? Is it not better to be honest? And, you know, if he just disappeared, that would cause questions. And yeah, if he just disappeared, it would cause questions. But all you do is you have the guy say, hey, I'm going on a personal break for, I don't know, 2 weeks. You know, it was unexpected, but I can't help it. I'll be back. He doesn't need to elaborate. He doesn't actually need... If you just say, sorry, personal issues, I'm going on a break for 2 weeks, nobody's going to be like, oh my god, he's fucked up. People are just going to be like, he might have had a family issue or a health issue or whatever, right? So, it's... For me, right, in my opinion, if you're going to make a tweet public, if you're going to make a punishment public, you need to specify what the person was punished for, right? Because otherwise, all you're doing is saying, this person did a bad thing. We're not going to tell you what the bad thing is, but you should know they did a bad thing. And it's like...
Type a number, sweetie. How was your day?
Your take was good, but you said it on Twitter, which, happily for you, was only the second worst thing a Vtuber news channel did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we'll get to the Nousagi shit in a minute. Thank you for the $10, Salty. But you and Nux had the same opinion. I had the same opinion as Nux. I don't know if that's good or bad. I didn't actually see Nux respond, but I'll look at... I might actually look that up. But my point is that it's sort of like, okay, so... And that sort of an allegory, is that the right term? Like a sort of parallel situation I can compare this to, right? Is a lot of the time when like drama comes out between YouTubers and shit, right? One person will be like, okay, but this person's bad, and I know they're bad. People say they're bad. I've heard from people that they're bad, and they just throw that out there, and they don't back it up, and they don't justify it, and they don't give evidence, and they just sort of throw an ad hominem about someone's character out there and just leave it there. And it kind of rubs me the wrong way. I feel like if you're going to make a claim that someone did something bad, and you're going to make it publicly, and you're going to put it out into the public sphere, you kind of need to say what they did, right? Like, I know you don't have to as a company. You don't owe people information or anything, right? You don't, like... You're not obligated to. But, like, the act of just saying, hey, this person fucked up, and, like, tweeting it out to your Twitter following of 300,000 people, right? And just not, like, sort of build on it at all is a bit strange. Having him do a statement about it takes a punishment part of the cover and so forth, right? But... Right, so this is the crux of the issue for me, right? If you think that the publicity is part of the punishment, right? If you think that the thing being public, him being publicly punished, and everyone knowing about the punishment, if that is part of the punishment, right? If that is part of why you're punishing him, I feel like you kind of have to elaborate on it, because otherwise you're not really punishing him publicly, you're just vaguely saying he did a bad thing to everyone, right? And if the publicity isn't... Why is this so loud? God damn. Oh god. And if the publicity isn't a part of the punishment, then why make it public? You know what I mean? Like, think about it in like any other situation, right? Think about if you fucked up at work, right? And your boss comes out and says, hey, this dickhead fucked up, so I'm suspending him for 2 weeks. I'm not going to tell you what he did, but it's bad enough that I'm suspending him for 2 weeks, and I'm just going to shout it out to everyone. Also, he can't say anything about it or defend himself or like elaborate. Fuck him. And then they just leave. And everyone knows he did something bad. Don't know what he did, but they know it's bad enough for him to get fired, and then it will never be elaborated on. And he's never allowed to elaborate on it. You know what I mean? It's like... I know it's technically in their best interest, and that was the thing that I changed my opinion on, is that I think it is actually the best for cover. I think this is actually the best strategy cover could have taken in terms of for themselves. Like, because this way, they set a precedent of punishment, which means if they ever need to suspend him or anything, it's not just out of the blue, right? If he does a repeat offense and they ever need to like take a bit more of a serious action, they have this catalogued publicly so people can refer back to it, right? And they don't lie, so nothing can come out later and expose them. This is probably the best publicity move they could do as far as this situation is concerned for them. But I personally think it's probably not in the best interest of the individual, if that makes sense. It's like, it's a move that definitely is the best for them, but I think it fucks over Vesper himself. It makes them crappy, but it covers them, which at the end of the day is what any company would do. Yeah, and that's the way that my opinion changed as I debated with people on Twitter, which I know changing your opinion after arguing is a very rare thing on the internet, but people pointed out that, like, as far as like cover is concerned, this is probably the best statement they could make, which I think is true. Also, hi Relis, welcome in. I think I get why they do it. Cover is a very corporate corporation. That's an oxymoron, but no, it's not. What's redundant? Whatever. Hey Paolo, like, I just, it's annoying to me because on one hand I get why they did it. It is by far the best way they could have handled it for themselves, but for me is like, it rubs me the wrong way. Is like for the individual behind the VTuber. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think my take is more because of my general opinion of like corporate VTuber agencies like Hololive, where I think they're just a bit too much. They're a bit too corporate, if you get what I mean. I think Niji strikes a good balance. I think vshojo is very much on like the not corporate. Vshojo is a lot more similar to like just a coalition of people as opposed to like a very strict like corporate entity. Hololive is a very strict corporate entity, and Niji kind of strikes a good balance in the middle. But I always have problems with Hololive. Hey Venom, where I just, because it's hard to go into, but it's just, I just struggle with the idea that like at the end of the day, cover owns the entirety of your online like. You could build up an entire online presence, you know, an audience, a Twitter following, a fucking YouTube following, and you could put in all the effort and all the work. And at the end of the day, you know, models and rigging and events and shit aside, the person that determines how successful the channel will be is the person behind it, right? And the fact that you can build all that up and then cover can kind of just come and say, no, you don't get to stream for 2 weeks because you broke this rule. It's in the contract. I get why it's there. I'm not saying it shouldn't be there or that cover is doing anything wrong. It's just, it rubs me the wrong way on like an individual level. Which is what I do. Like, I would probably not go, well, at least I would never join Hololive. Fuck no. Not that I'd ever get the option, because I can't sing and speak 7 different languages, but you get my point, right? It's unfortunate, but I get why cover said this. I do. I understand it, and I get why people were arguing with me, and I get why people think cover should be transparent and that they should. It's always a Faustian bargain. You wanted fame, you got it. Yeah, there is definitely a bit of like you sell your soul to the devil kind of thing. You like hololive gives you the fast track guaranteed, you know, success, right? You get into hololive, you get a guaranteed audience, and you are just set, right? As long as you don't monumentally fuck up, you'll probably be all right. But in exchange, you kind of lose quite a lot of individual authority over yourself and your products and everything. And to me, I don't know. To me, right, I see Holo members not talking about certain issues. I see them avoiding certain topics, being a bit awkward, not wanting to talk about things. You get, I think you guys have probably seen that sometimes. I saw it in Gura a lot at the beginning when she was first debuting, where you could tell she wanted to like make certain jokes and go down certain pathways and talk about certain things, but she just like couldn't because it wasn't in the sort of hololive image. And to me, I'd hate that. I'd hate not being able to be like 100% genuine with my audience and like speak about whatever the fuck I want. That's a good thing about being independent. You can do fucking anything. No one can tell you shit. The only person that can really like come down on you is like the platform, like Twitch or YouTube. And as long as you don't do anything ridiculously bad, you'll probably be fine. So upset about what vshojo did to Nux. That is old drama, and I wasn't around for it, so I don't have a very authoritative opinion on it, I'm afraid. But yeah, I don't know. We could have a whole fucking I was gonna say we have had a whole fucking debate about corporate versus indie. No one can tell you no, but you also have no one to tell you no if you do something stupid. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's part of like growing as a content creator, right? Like I feel that there's a certain level of like learning and polish that only comes from fucking up and actually seeing through your fuck up, right? Where you post a video, it does shit, and you're like, why did it do shit? And then you look at the stats and you like sort of agonize over it and you hate it and you're like, I wish I never posted this. But that sticks with you, and so your next few videos are better. And I feel like if you constantly had someone ensuring that everything you posted was like a high level of polish and like kind of banged, I just don't think you would necessarily grow as a creator, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think that hololive and its talents outside of select few have actually grown all that much in terms of like what they offer as VTuber. I know it's a very controversial thing and it's probably going to make people very angry, but
Keep a number, sweetie. How was your day?
You forgot the mobs. Ask the viewer. Our mob mentality can be toxic AF.
Thank you for the donation, Fury. The mob mentality is definitely bad, and it can definitely fuck with any sort of content creator's mindset. But I know I should probably elaborate on that hololive statement, because otherwise people are going to be angry at me. If you look at like vshojo or something, right? And you look at their models and you look at the way that they sort of interact with their chat and stuff. Some of them haven't necessarily changed that much, but a lot of them, like their models and their design and like their approach to content and the things they do has evolved from when they were indies to where they are now. But when you look at hololive, I feel like it's very much the same. Like the way hololive does content now is the same way it did content 2 years ago when Myth debuted. And there's not necessarily anything that interesting that's come out. You know, they do a song every so often. They do a collab stream every so often. They do... Iris is getting a new design this week. That's really cool. I really am a fan of that. But look at that. Like, how long has it been since Iris debuted? It's been like 2 years, hasn't it? And she's only getting a new fucking costume now? It's been like a year and a half. Like... You know what I mean? It's like, you're the biggest VTubing agency, right? The biggest in the world. You have a fuck ton of money. You have a fuck ton of money. And the main core, the main appeal, like your main demographic is your talents. Like that's your main draw, is your VTubers. And you just don't grow with them. You don't change. Like even the new designs that a lot of the talents get aren't necessarily groundbreaking, like like you see, I don't like trashing Hololive because I think here's the thing. I think the talents. This is part of the reason why I have a problem with Cover and why I'm not a huge fan of Hololive as a corporation, because the people behind the VTubers, like the actual talents, are fucking amazing, right? They carry it. They carry that fucking company because every single one of them, like every one of the EN branch, I'm only really that focused on the EN branch because I only speak English because I'm a moron. They're fucking amazing. You look at like Callie, you look at Gura or Kiara, you know, fucking Ami, all of them do shit on their own. Like you look at like how what Ami's done with like virtual reality and 3D. You look at Callie's music. You look at fucking Kiara and Gura and why am I forgetting Ina? And you look at just how entertaining they are as individuals. But like the company behind them doesn't seem to give them the tools to necessarily thrive as much, right? So it's just I'm ranting. This wasn't the plan for this. This was meant to be talking about Vesper, not me ranting about Hololive. But it's like a personal. It's just a personal opinion, I guess. It feels like Hololive very much, or Cover very much. It's just very safe, and they're afraid to do really, really cool, interesting things a lot of the time, unfortunately. And I feel like the talents behind the VTuber are like the real draw. Like the talents behind the model are the biggest appeal for Hololive because they're all amazing. And it feels like they get shafted a lot. And that's kind of, I think, my issue with Vesper as well. Is because Vesper is the reason his channel's a success. Vesper is the person behind the channel. He's the one that grew the audience and interacts with them and all that. And yet, it's the company that sort of decides that, no, you're not allowed to stream anymore. Like, to me, that's irritating, if that makes sense. Yeah, because Bae wants to do Just Dance and she can't because the permissions weren't there. And it's another thing of like Cover like holding them back. Like how many times has like Callie wanted to stream like Persona or some shit like that, and they want to stream a game? Or like, do you remember when all the Dark Souls streams got taken down simultaneously? Or like when they wanted to play Pokemon, but there was a point where like so many Hololive members were like halfway through a Pokemon playthrough and then they just stopped halfway through because I think like the permissions got revoked or something like that. And it's like I know Cover gives them a lot of opportunities. Cover definitely like gave them success that they would never have dreamt of without them. I'm not saying that they're a bad company or that they don't fulfill their promises or whatever, but it just feels like in terms of like a creative standpoint, a lot of the time Cover is more of a fucking chain around their neck than anything else, right? Yeah, Kayson's a good example, right? Look at like how much Kayson's models developed over time. Look at our new fucking like the bikini model with the sword and shit is cool. This is a Japan law thing, not necessarily just Cover. It's important to just think. I'm not saying Cover shouldn't do that. I get why Cover does it because the thing is Cover is a corporation. Cover could technically be sued. An independent creator is never going to be sued by like a game studio for something like that just because it's not worth it on either person's end, right? But theoretically, a company like Cover could theoretically face legal issues if they break permissions. I 100% get why they do it. I'm just saying, as far as like a creator standpoint, like Cover isn't 100% a benefit, if that makes sense. You have to now abide by laws like that. You can't just stream whatever you want. You have to be careful kind of what you say and what you do. And it's, I don't know. I think this is just a personal, I think, difference of opinion. For me, I don't like that sort of management style. That's not saying it's bad. I don't think Cover's bad. I wouldn't say that they're like malicious or that they're negligent or fucking anything like that. I think they do great work. I think they've definitely propelled the VTuber scene fucking insanely far. And I think for certain content creators, it 100% works. And they all sign a contract. They all agree with it, right? So it's not my place to say, no, you shouldn't have signed that. But for me personally, for my style of content creation, the thought of like having to join a bigger organization and then having like management tell me, no, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you have to abide by these rules because we're a corporation and we might get sued. I don't know, it just feels very restrictive, if that makes sense. The instant boost you get. Yeah. I'm not saying Hololive's a bad choice. I'm not saying it's a bad company. I don't think Cover is bad or anything even close to that. I think they're amazing. I just don't agree with their sort of, I guess, style. It just rubs me the wrong way personally. But it is 100% just a personal thing, right? Some people would love to join Hololive. Some people would never want to join a corporate agency, right? It's a personal thing. I'm not making an objective statement. It's just not my thing. The idol style, yeah. It's that sort of... And that's why I think I prefer the EN branch necessarily to like a lot of the JP branches, because it does feel a lot less manufactured in certain ways. Technically, indies could get sued as well. Yeah, they could, but when has that ever happened? You know what I mean? I get it is technically like a legal loophole of like, you technically could get sued, but no gaming company, apart from like Nintendo, when like that guy made like 100,000 ROM hacks or some shit like that, right? But no independent creator is ever going to be fucking sued for like playing a game when they don't have permissions, right? Independent creators stream whatever the fuck they want whenever the fuck they want to, and no sane game dev company is going to sue an independent creator because the PR backlash would be fucking monumental, right? If Nintendo came and like tried to strike down a streamer with like a few hundred viewers for streaming their game, the PR backlash would be insane. Whereas if Nintendo sues Cover as a corporation, that's a corporation suing a corporation, and on paper that doesn't look very bad, so people probably wouldn't give as much of a shit, right? You bet Konami would sue an indie? Well, no, because they could. We theoretically could, because people stream Street Fighter and shit all the time without technically having permission, right? But they don't, because like, why would you? It's not worth it. It's just not on any level to sue an independent creator, right? Yeah, like imagine Mouse streams a game that she's not allowed to stream and a company tries to like sue her for it. Can you imagine the amount of shit that company would get? It's just not worth it. So, I forgot to timestamp. Oh fuck. When did I start talking about Vesper? Fuck. It's not good. It's like... Oh shit, that's bad. Hey Venom, no, it's alright. I think it was like 38 minutes or something. I can't actually remember. Atlas doesn't let people stream the ending of Persona 5. I have heard that as well. But yeah, I don't know. That was a long rant to say a lot of nothing. Basically, my end point is that I don't like the way Cover works. I get why people sign up for it. I think it's a good company. It's just not for me. 3720. Oh, thank you, Connor. Yeah, I know that was a big rant to say a lot of nothing, but oof. We were meant to be talking about Vesper Suspension, and it kind of snowballed into there. But yeah, I don't know. For me personally, I think this is an issue that I have, not with Cover, with myself. I think this is my personal issue, which is that I think a lot of the time my personal dislike of that style of management, that style of company, colors my opinions of other things about it. So like the Vesper situation, I think Cover was probably doing the best thing they could to cover themselves. I get why they did it, and now that I'm looking back on it, I agree that that is the best move they could make as a company. But because of my personal dislike of that sort of corporate style of managing, I immediately kind of took a dislike to it, if that makes sense. It was definitely a personal bias. I still stand by the core of the like my take, but I get why people disagree because it's definitely colored by my bias, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm kind of talking myself into a hole. I think I said all I need to say. I think you guys get kind of where I'm coming from. People probably disagree with me, but I wanted to try and make clear why I think some of the things I do. Should we move on to something funnier now? Jesus. Talking about goddamn copyright and shit. Holy shit. Dan TDM has a baby. When did that happen? Sorry, it just popped up on my Twitter. A lot of people would agree. Yeah, I mean, some people definitely share my kind of dislike of the corporate style of management. What do I think of the recent talents from IDON? I will talk about that on Sunday because that technically happened this week, not last week. So I did see it. It is fucking funny. Funny? Fucking good. I don't know. I was... Two different words. But yeah, no, I was... I thought it was amazing. I think the trailer and shit was good. But yeah, we'll talk about it more on Sunday. What else do we want? What do we want to talk about, chat? All right. Here are our options. We'll talk about Nousagi later. We've done way too much drama currently. We need a break. Let's see. Okay, we have. Let's see. We have. Oh, Mary had his new vshojo trailer. What, the fruit one? I saw Fruit's new trailer. It literally just dropped. Did you guys see Merryweather 3.0? You see the lore video that dropped? It's fucking cool. 10640. Thank you, Connor. Oh god, it's getting like, it's actually morning now. It's like 7 in the morning, so the fucking owl that lives outside my window is starting to hoot in my ear. Wait, the full mini vshojo team one? Oh, I saw Fruits one from like 2... Where's this? Where's Mary's YouTube channel? Where is it? I saw Fruit had a trailer. Again, Sunday we'll probably talk about this, but where's Fruit? Right. This one. You guys see this? I know this isn't this week's news. This is technically for Sunday, but I think she's getting a new model. That's what it looks like, at least. It definitely looks a bit different. Why has there been a need for lore videos for VTubers? I don't mind them. It's just really weird that you need to give their own character a reason for streaming. It's not a need. It's like a creative thing, right? It lets people kind of express themselves creatively. It's an interesting thing, right? Why not? I guess would be the bigger question. It's the same reason that they come up with like cool emotes and cool, you know, like model designs and like fucking anything like that, right? It's just fun. Good creative expression, you know? Why get new models all the time like vshojo does? If they kept streaming with the same model, they'd probably keep similar levels of viewership, you know? They're already super fucking popular. Why, you know, keep bringing out new models? Because it's creative expression, right? If you don't love what you're doing, why do it? If you don't love streaming, why stream? And if you love streaming, you want to, you know, if you love streaming, you want your streams to be the best. You want them to be interesting. You want to do cool new things, right? I think that's all it is. It's just, I know people find VTuber lore a bit strange, but I think personally, it's a really cool creative twist on things. It lets them keep shit interesting. And it's also something that only is sort of exclusive to VTubers, right? Because you can't really have, I mean, you probably could. You could go for it, but you can't really do lore for, like, a person. That's just your backstory. Let's see. But yeah, Mary had his 3.0 debut, which was really cool. So he has like, it's like a king.
Got my ink dog. My ink dog. I really wanted to be able to hold an ink dog.
And he also had this cool new thing. Where was it? I think it was here, where he had people like.
More battle royale. Let's do one more battle royale.
He had like people
the next stuff.
Fighting.
King has to pay. Have to pay you, and then we'll.
He had like chat fighting as like little dogs down here.
We have to pay people.
F for Tall Mary.
Required, because we're actually a corporation. We're a company. If I want to, if there's something I want to use.
When is my lore video coming out?
I have to pay you money. Okay?
Many years in the future. One day,
any
maybe.
Man who makes something that I want to use, I'm gonna force you to accept my money from now on. Okay? There's no. I have to send you money. There's no way of going around it anymore. I got scolded by my employees. I have to send you money, okay?
But yeah, it's cool. Kind of fun. I forgot to timestamp. Oh no, I did timestamp because Connor reminded me. True. But yeah, that was fun. What else can we talk about? Oh, this was fucking funny. This was funny. So, I know it's technically drama. Let me see if I can find this really quick. So, there's this VTuber named Sylvadana, right? Let me just see this. Right? So she's for what's that? Villaterra, I think that's how you pronounce that, right? Smaller like VTuber agency kind of thing, right? And as part of like being in a VTuber agency, typically you have like an exclusive contract kind of thing. I know like Hololive, I think technically allows you to keep producing content as, you know, your past life, whatever. But a lot of the smaller ones are like, unless you have explicit permission, you can't just stream. You can't just stream on two separate, you know, VTuber accounts, right? And then, so this person, Sylvadana, oh, I can't. Wait, the other company was a company called Digikaji. I can't actually remember. Where is it? 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 Hang on. Oh yeah, it was Astra A. How the fuck do you say that? Astra A. I'll just bring it up on screen. Astra Alia, I think is probably how you say that, right? Now, it looks like all the shit has been purged, so I can't like bring up a clip, but apparently these two are the same fucking person for two different companies. This chick just... Wait, did I timestamp? I didn't. Oh, fuck. 111. Thank you, Connor and Venom. You guys are chads. I'm just gonna call it Timing Vtuber. It's kind of misleading, kind of funny. It's not in the title, so it's not clickbait. But yeah, so this person just didn't tell the agencies that she was like playing for both sides. She just thought she'd get away with it forever. And she asked for like time off. I think she was streaming for Villaterra first, and then went to Digikaji. But she was apparently like, just thought she'd get away with it forever and like stream. So she applied for like a new VTuber agency when she was already in one, asked for like less time streaming so she could stream here. And first of all, kind of a flex to be able to get into two, you know, to be able to get into two agencies separately at the same time, kind of a flex. Also, the fucking balls to be like, just unashamedly trying to time your own agency is fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's technically breaking contract and it's like a drama and whatever, but I think it's funny. I also kind of respect it. It's kind of, that is kind of a Chad move. But yeah, I thought it was funny. It's not really that big a drama. They're smaller. They're definitely like smaller agencies and shit. It is. You know what's weird? It's weird getting to the point where like I'm talking about people that have like less reach than I do. That's very bizarre. I'm so used to I'm so used to everyone having like way more like subs and followers and shit than me. It's weird looking at people and being like, well, we're on like the same level of popularity. What the fuck's that about? Hello? I'm just a PNG. What's wrong with you? Subtle and unflex. Yeah, I'm flexing. No, it's just, it is bizarre. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. I don't quite know how to explain it to you. It's just, it's strange. It's strange having reach, I think. You never really like think about it. You just keep kind of if you guys ever go into content creation, you kind of don't even think about like the numbers or anything that much in terms of like reach. But at some point you like send out a dumb fucking tweet and it gets like 100 likes and you're like, hold on, hello? Like, fuck, what did I tweet out that just got like, oh, it was a fucking chili and jam. That fucking tweet. I don't know how many of you guys saw that on my Twitter. I tweeted out looking for help from you guys. Looking for some fucking support, right? Right? I tweeted this out looking for, I think it's my most popular like just solo tweet. Like sometimes tweets do well if like, oh, Cumdog did well as well. It's, I guess, yeah, that checks out. Like my tier lists normally do alright because like big people reply to it sometimes. But where was it? Hang on. Oh yeah, this I tweeted this out as well. I don't know how many of you guys saw this. This is for the swords video that is finished, has been finished for about a week, and I just don't really want to post it because it's god awful. I'm proud of this edit. I could have probably color toned like color adjusted Anna a little bit so she fit in a bit better and didn't look like a very pale, you know, Spectre. But I'm proud of this edit. I think this is funny. I was giggling to myself when I made this. I love Photoshop, man. Should never have given me access to Photoshop, honestly. Where? God damn it, I can't find it. Anyway, I like strawberry jam. Oh wait, no, here it is. I like strawberry jam with my chili, right? And I came to Twitter asking for people to like back up my claim, you know, to like, you know, support me in my time of need, because my family always like makes fun of me for it because apparently it's a weird thing to do. And yeah, nobody backed me up. Even the cats eat fucking anything, and even the cat man didn't back me up on this one. Realist, I trusted you, my man. And then he suggested fucking Carolina Reaper jam, which I know is a bait, because anything named Carolina Reaper is not something I want to put in my mouth. Thank you very much. What's wrong with me? It's good. You guys haven't tasted it. You don't know. It's like sweet and spicy. It's great combo. You guys are fucking ignorant. You're ignorant. You will never hesitate to throw me under the bus. Thank you, Realist. I appreciate you. I don't know why I came to my audience looking for validation. I should know you guys better than that. Let's see. What else was there? We've done all that. We've done all that. We've done that. Oh yeah, Kawa Applications opened. I think they opened up a while ago, but what? Why did I've literally just written Kawa Applications here, but Kawa Applications I know for a fact opened up. Oh, it's because we're talking about last week. Timestamp 119. Thank you, Connor. I also don't like spice. I know that's probably not surprising given my accent, but I don't do well with spicy food, so anything that can like stop spice being in my mouth, good for me. But yeah, Kawa Applications opened up, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys know Kawa. Also, I think not cow app. Yes, I would like to apply to be a cow, please. I tried it for the pig program, didn't go very well for me. But no, the Kawa Applications, and actually someone I follow, I think, got in. Yes, cow. Right, let me see if I can find this. I think Tsunari got in. I think. Was it, or did I misremember? Oh, she applied. She should get in. Surely. I forgot. They also close next week. Yeah. I haven't let anyone in as far as... they'll probably announce it once they close, right? I can't imagine they'll announce it as they go. They'll wait till they close, and then there'll probably be a period where they don't announce it, but... Oh yeah, that chat's still working. Hang on, I need to turn that off. Whoops. Where is it? I was fucking around with chat again to get it working. I didn't, but you know, things we do for content. But yeah, Kawa Applications opened, which, from what I know, right? From what I know, Kawa is like, it's like a VTuber agency, but it's very, rather than like starting out their own, like VTubers, they basically just take in already established indies and like give them support, and like obviously you have then people that, yeah, very vshojo-esque, but it's more in this, what's one Pikami's in? Is it Vroids? What one's Voms? I'm gonna say it. Yeah, Voms, sorry. Not Vroids, Voms. I think it's similar to that, right? It's sort of like more of a coalition of indies instead of like a, you know, yes, Voms, thank you. Instead of like an actual agency that, you know, like Hololive or Niji. But yeah, applications are open. If you find yourself, I think you do need a model if you want to apply. So you need to actually be a VTuber with like a 3D, not 3D, with like a 2D model and everything. So that's me out, which is a shame, because I'd have loved to get rejected. Would have been great. I could have stuck it up on my wall. Be like, look, I'm eventually planning, if I ever do get a model, I will eventually, I thought Voms owned the characters. I thought the VTubers and Voms were independent, at least in my knowledge. I'm not entirely sure though. It's not a company I've necessarily researched all that much. But yeah, one day I'm gonna apply to every agency and just get rejected and get like, do like the full, like, it'll be like Pokemon badges, right? You get one for every fucking company. You get all 8. You challenge who's like the Elite 4 VTubing. That's a tier list all on its own. Let's move on. I'm getting sidetracked again. What else is it? Okay, so there's 2 more stories here. Do we want to end? Okay, so we have 2 stories. One's funny, one's a bit more serious, right? Do we want to end on a funny note, or do we want to like end on a more serious note? Because if we end on a more serious one, we probably have like a bit more time and shit to discuss the serious thing. But end on the funny. We'll talk about Nousagi next, Ren. So most of you guys probably already saw that. 123.30. Thank you, Connor. So most of you probably already saw the Nousagi situation, right? But there is there's a fair bit more to it that I think people don't quite understand from what my interactions on Twitter. I need a drink actually. Honestly, now that when I'm not streaming on Twitch, I forget to hydrate because I don't have like the thing pop up being like hydrate every so often, so I forget to drink. But yeah, so the Nousagi situation, if you don't know, he had a Patreon that I'll bring up Nousagi's channel really quick. Every time I type in depressed Nousagi, Google gives me like a warning being like, there is help available, and it's like, yeah, I'm not depressed. I'm looking up a VTuber content creator, thank you. But he's a sort of commentary, long form video, deep dive kind of person, I guess, right? This is his channel. You guys probably know who he is, right? I probably don't need to go that far into detail, right? But so he made this video here. I won't play it. You can go and play this if you want. It's like 8 minutes. It kind of covers it a little bit, but it's more. It's half of it is him just kind of crying. So I don't know how interesting that is, but basically he had a Patreon, right? And on that Patreon, he had a tier that gave out quote unquote forbidden info, right? And that forbidden info ranged from past life, like the knowledge of past lives of other VTubers, right? So, which basically, if you're not familiar on the lingo, is like who they were before they started streaming. So, or before they started streaming for whatever agency they're working for, mostly Hololive for Nousagi. So, is there anyone I can talk about safely that isn't like taboo anymore? Not really. I was gonna give like some examples, but any examples I give are kind of like Callie. Yeah, I mean everyone knows who Callie is, right? But for the most part, Coco. Yeah, okay. There's a lot that are like, and this is why he got away with it for so long, right? Because when you say some shit like forbidden info, most people think you're talking about Callie or like Rushia or Coco or shit like that, where it's very like, or Gura, where it's very, you know, like wink wink nudge nudge, or where like everyone kind of knows who they are, so like you talking about it, it's like taboo. People aren't going to be like accepting of it. But Fox and Raven, I think you're like 10 minutes behind. You may want to check that out. But yeah, there's some that are like very like everyone knows and everyone just kind of pretends they don't know. So him talking about it, whilst people might be like, you probably shouldn't do that, aren't going to be too mad, right? But what actually ended up being on this Patreon, which first of all, behind a paywall, we'll get into why he did that in a minute, but it was everything from just past life shit to like IRL face reveals to, you know, linking videos of a talent being basically assaulted. I'm not going to say who or when or how to access that, but he like linked a video in one of his members only posts, one of his the life and history videos, where he literally links a video of like a talent being near assaulted or something. And there's a bunch more, and there are some where like, so for example, another thing he did, right, and I think I can say this without necessarily giving it away because I won't give you the actual source, right? And this is something that kind of was maybe the worst to me, in terms of like things that I can prove, because the problem is with this whole situation, right? There's two big issues with this situation as far as like covering it and proving shit. One, he deleted all the videos the moment the shit started to kick off. I can't find any like recordings or downloads of them, which means that there's no way for me to like validate what he did and didn't do in any of the videos, because the videos are gone, right? And the second one is I can't, like, proving shit in this sort of situation is hard because the evidence itself is like not something you should share, if that makes sense, right? Like if he's posting face reveals of people, the evidence for him doing that is the face reveal, which if I talk about and like show you guys is also spreading it. Who is this guy? So Nousagi is basically, he's a content creator who's been around for a little bit that posts sort of long form videos about different aspects. So like the story of Ironverse, the origins of VTubers. Basically he takes a topic in the VTuber scene and he does like a longer 10 to 15 minute video on it. Sometimes he does drama as well. So like he has the full Rushia story. So if anyone ever wants to know what happens to Rushia, they'll look up that. Or he basically, he is what he says. He's like a historian, which is I think what his is, the VTuber historian or whatever, right? And so he definitely did immerse himself in drama a lot. And a video essay, I guess that's, yeah, probably the best description. But it also should be noted that he is known to kind of come from and spend a fuck ton of time on 4chan. He makes a lot of jokes from there, and he does a lot of, you know, he says a lot of things from there. And there was a whole, he did an interview with Pippa a while back, and you could kind of tell by the way he talked that he's from 4chan. Just some of the things he says. And like, this is the thing, people kind of thought that, okay, he's probably spent a bit too much time on 4chan, so his sense of humor is a bit weird, but like on further reflection, looking at some of the shit he posted, you kind of realize that he isn't just someone who spent a bit of time on 4chan, he is literally like a 4chaner, which is the worst insult I could probably hurl at someone. Hey, Kit. But essentially what happened, so he had this Patreon. There was info behind the Patreon relating to like IRL shit with VTubers, right? And he did one for Marine, which this was kind of probably the scummiest thing to me, or one of the scummiest. He had I think this is his members only, actually. I could probably find it for you. I'm not gonna, because I actually am a member, because I archived all of his membership, but I don't think I can actually show you his membership page like legally. There's probably like a thing of like you can't show someone else's membership page to non-members, so I'm just not going to touch it. But there's like a post in there where he links a video of a movie in which one of the extras is probably Marine and has her face in it, and he kind of just links to that and says it's probably her face, and like just straight up leaking IRL face reveal info of someone who, to my knowledge, isn't really like one of those people that's well known as like their actual IRL personality. And then the worst thing about that is he says in that post, he's like, oh, she was a minor character, so her real name isn't in the credits, right? Which is okay, minor saving grace, right? But at the same time, if you really wanted to, if you have the name of the movie, you could probably find her name somewhere. There will be a way to find it somewhere. It might not be in the credits, but there will be some fucking record somewhere, right? And even if not, you're taking a risk, right? You're taking a risk of actually doxing someone for no fucking reason. And that's kind of one of the big issues behind it. It's like, why does it, like, why, right? Like, the man posts face reveals, links to the past lives, real life information, shit like that, and just for no fucking reason. There's no, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the big, it's not like he's doing it to, like, you know, the big claim he makes, I think, a lot of the time is that, like, he's documenting things, like, he's for posterity, you know? But a lot of this shit isn't, like, you're not documenting something that is currently known and preserving it, which is what his videos are a lot of the time, right? Like, the full story of Harushio's termination, that's saving something for posterity, so that if people in the future are like, hey, what the fuck happened to the green-haired chick from Hololive, they can look that up, right? But face reveals and shit aren't saving shit for posterity. That's just leaking shit that the talents straight up do not want leaked, right? Hey Leaf, how you going? Oh yeah, I was a fan of Nousagi, by the way, as well. I'm saying this as someone who was a fan, interacted with him on Twitter, commented under his videos and shit, right? And I knew that he had forbidden knowledge, quote unquote, under his Patreon. I just didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know it was this level of shit. I thought it was like shit that was maybe hinting at, like, you know, Coco or fucking Rushi or whatever. Not this, right? I've chosen a controversial topic today. Not really. I think most people kind of agree with me on this, that what he did was fucked. Main problem with his approach to forbidden knowledge is it's knowledge he wants and assumes some people would want it as well, so in his mind he was fulfilling a need, right? I get that. I understand why he thinks that, but I said this on Twitter. I said this on Twitter under the replies to the situation when I made a tweet about it, but if someone doesn't want their private information leaked, or even not private, if someone doesn't want a photo of themselves spread, if someone doesn't want information about themselves spread, that's like, that is it. That is the defining point. You don't get to, as an outside individual, be like, oh no, but we want to spread it. No, but it's available easily everywhere, so it doesn't really matter. You don't get to make that call as an outside individual. If someone says, hey, this is my face, or hey, this is my information, I don't want it spread, you don't spread it. It's that fucking simple, right? There's just basic human decency. You do not spread shit that people don't want spread, unless they're a piece of shit, and then you make some allowances, right? If someone's committed a crime or something, then the moral grey area becomes iffy. But if someone's innocent, it doesn't matter how easy you can find shit, right? It doesn't matter if you can go on 4chan and easily find something and you're saying, oh, well, you know, it's not hard to find, so I'm not doing anything. You just don't spread shit. If it's not your information and the person whose information is, like, very, very clearly doesn't want it known, you don't spread it around. That's just fucking how it works, right? And I saw a lot of people, like, making claims and comments of, like, oh, it wasn't that bad, or oh, you could find that information easily, or whatever, and it just doesn't fucking matter. And then you get into, like, his arguments, which are like, he makes two arguments that fucking contradict each other, and this annoyed me. So he made two arguments. One was, I put it behind a paywall because that way it wouldn't be easily searchable. Irish, Scottish, I am Scottish. Just because you can see someone's pin code in the store doesn't mean you get to shout it out. Kind of like that. Yeah, there's a level of, like, basic human decency that you don't spread shit even if you know it, right? But so one of the arguments was the paywall was to prevent searchability. I actually believe him on that. I think the reason a lot of people are like, oh, he put it behind a paywall so that he could make money off of it. I actually don't think that's the case, weirdly enough. I think he put it behind a paywall because then he wouldn't get found out for it, right? So I think that's actually the reason it's behind I don't think it's behind a paywall because he wanted money, although the money probably helped, I'm not going to lie, right? But he probably put it behind because putting it behind a paywall like that, the only people that are going to buy that level of Patreon are the people that are already interested in that sort of knowledge, which means they're probably not going to really give a shit that you're giving it out, which means they're not going to have an issue with it, right? The people that have an issue with it aren't going to get that level of Patreon because they're not interested in it, and so you're never, like, that's how it went kind of discovered for so long, right? Like, I've spoken to a few people who are like, yeah, I knew he did something like that, but because I wasn't interested, I never bought it, and so I never found out how bad it was, right? And the other comment he made, right, is like, I never tried to hide it. So he says like, I never tried to hide it. I was very open this entire time of like, this is what I do. You know, I never hid it. I made a comment, you know, in my Patreon list that like forbidden knowledge was available, and like, so he says two contradictory things. One is I made it very clear what I was doing, and the other is I put it behind a paywall so it wasn't clear what I was doing and you couldn't search for it. And it's like, those two things contradict, my guy, right? I think.
The number, sweetie. How was your day?
I just did the equivalent of accessing that info. Not much of a hurdle.
Yes. Yeah, obviously, you can't. Like, this isn't the point, and this is what people keep fucking going on. Thank you for the donation, Salty. I know you're probably just playing devil's advocate, but this is the thing that people argue on so much, and it pisses me off because it's really not the point, right? There's a difference between being able to find something by actively searching for it on 4chan. You can do that with anything, right? There's a difference between that and someone with an audience actively spreading it, right? Like, yes, I could go and right now I could go on 4chan, I could go on /VT and all the fucking morons on there, and I could find the past lives or probably the fucking real goddamn IP addresses of every fucking VTuber on the world, because people on 4chan are nuts, right? But if I then take that and I post a video to the 32,000 subscribers I have, sharing it with that many people that probably didn't know before, like, there's a fucking difference. You know what I mean? When you have an audience and you actively spread something that is, you can only find by actively searching for it, you're spreading something that beforehand was like behind a search wall, right? Which means most people aren't going to know about it, right? So it doesn't matter how easy something is to access. It doesn't matter if it's already out there. It doesn't mean you get to spread it. Like, that's not how it works. You don't just get to spread whatever the fuck you want and get away with it. I mean, I don't really want to click on this video. And the reason I don't want to click on this video is because he gets very emotional in it. And I don't really want, it'd feel a bit weird to just like, I don't know, like sit here and listen to him like cry. I feel like that'd be a bit of a weird champ moment. But there are some things he says in this video, and I made a tweet about it. Hang on. It's probably the easier way to say it. I made a tweet when this shit went like. Where is this? It was like way back when it first happened, which means it was like 2 weeks ago. Where? How fucking long ago did this thing kick off? Oh, god damn it. Oh god, Windows, leave me alone. Yeah, like, there are videos out there that detail the real lives of VTubers, and you're never gonna get away from them, but those people that make those channels are also pieces of shit, but they're also unaccountable because they don't have an audience, right? Most of those people have like 2 subscribers. You can't hold them accountable because they will just delete their channel and make a new one, right? But if someone has an audience and a built-up reputation and like a Patreon and like a subscribers and members and all that shit, you hold them accountable because then there's a real consequence to the action, right? Where's this tweet? Goddamn, trying to find my own tweets is annoying. I really need to get better at Twitter. I really do. It's like the only tool I need for my job, and I just suck at using it. Okay, here it is. I found it. Found it. Kind of thing where he really wanted to share something in good faith with people of good faith, but knew it was taboo, so he made an incoherent argument for his own morality. But he's not sharing it in good faith, because the act of sharing it is by definition not in good faith. Look, if you know, right, I actually go into it here. The thing that annoys me most about the whole Nousagi situation is that you know the only reason he put content behind a paywall is that he knew he'd get shit for it if it was public. He 100% knew what he was doing was wrong, and he just straight up didn't give a shit. This is my biggest issue, right? He knew what he was doing was taboo. He knew it was wrong. He knew that people would have an issue with it. He knew that the talents he was talking about, the people whose information he was spreading, would have an issue with it. And he did it regardless because he fucking didn't care, right? He decided, I want to do this, I want to spread this, I want to make this content. I know the people I'm making it about don't want me to do it. I just don't care. So I'm gonna do it anyway, right? And then, where's... So Ramen replied, a bit of an unfair assessment to make his intentions, although I think it depends on how you view forbidden knowledge. People that view exposing past lives as taboo. So this is the argument that I saw a lot of people make, not just Ramen. He just made it in my replies. But Nousagi comes across as a person that generally enjoyed telling stories and sharing them, which probably extended to stories that contain the past lives of VTubers. Given that he couldn't outright upload these types of videos, I'm guessing he put it behind Patreon memberships because he didn't want to push the stories to people who weren't comfortable with them. And that's why the unfortunate part is, because I generally don't think it's a situation where we try to monetize, blah, blah, blah. Safe space. From what I know, he made the type of videos for a while promoting them to main channel viewers. Well, without promoting them, sorry. It's a case where it wouldn't make sense to not advertise if you were aiming to sell something. I think, again, it's a matter of not having a space to share these types of videos, and a paywall seemed accessible. It does seem like that's his general motivation, almost bit for bit. Right. And then so my reply to this was, so I said, framing this as he liked to tell stories about past lives is deliberately misleading. The dude spread face reveals of people that actively didn't want them spread and shared an IRL video of a talent being near assaulted. Ultimately, his thoughts on whether it was taboo or not are irrelevant. If someone decides they don't want their IRL or personal information spread and you spread it regardless, you're deciding that your personal wishes trump theirs, and that makes you an asshole. Which is basically my whole opinion on the situation. His sort of like, whether he thinks that information should be spread or not, or whether the information is taboo or should be taboo, doesn't fucking matter. Neither does my opinion or your opinion or anyone else's opinion. The moment someone decides I want my information not to be spread, that is the defining point, right? Like, that is the line in the sand. And then if you step over that and you spread it regardless, you're an asshole. That's just how it works, right? You don't get to decide for someone else whether something's taboo. If someone says they don't want something spread, that is the only opinion that matters, right? So this whole thing just annoyed me, and then he cried in his final video, and that annoys me as well. I know that's a very mean thing to say. I know that's not very sympathetic or whatever, but just, like, to me, right, if you record a video that you're going to publish, and it takes you, right, and you put it out, you've edited it, you put it out, and you publish it and whatever, and you leave the part in where you're crying, that is a deliberate choice on your part. And I know that it definitely makes it more authentic and genuine and all that, right? But I'm just not a big I saw a lot of people, I see a lot of people as well who get swayed by that kind of shit. Like, people cry in their like apology videos and they're like, oh, right, it's not that big a deal. It doesn't change. Like, I see this happen all the fucking time, and it's really annoying. Like, just because someone is very emotional about their fuck up doesn't mean that they, you know, deserve any more sympathy than anything else, right? If someone was emotionally stoic and was like, yes, I'm very sorry, that doesn't change what they did. Just because someone cries doesn't mean that they're ultimately more deserving of forgiveness or anything. And it's just, I feel like crying kind of, the way he goes about that final video very much tries to paint himself in a positive light as like a victim, or like, you know, someone who's trying to do something good and just, you know, got caught in the action or something like that. But in reality, you know, to him, even if you take it at face value and believe him in his thoughts, he still made a mistake and needs to know that. And my, that's where the line in the sand, when you go against the wishes of the individual your video is about, you've crossed the line. Yeah, exactly. As a content creator, the only like contrary point is if the person has done something deliberately harmful or bad is a very, you know, childish word for it. But if someone's done something controversial or offensive or some way, then there is the duty of content creators to make a video about it. But even then, you should still try to be as like sort of objective and rational as possible, right? If someone's not done anything wrong, if it is an innocent person who's just making content and you make a video about them that it's not even an interpretation, right? If it was an interpretation, you could make the argument of, oh, I didn't know. I know content creators, I have friends who have made videos about VTubers and then realized, oh, the VTuber didn't like that video. That happens. You can't read everyone. But it's like, this is hololive. It's like in the contract, it's expressly forbidden. Like, hey, you don't talk about past lives, and the talents themselves don't like talking about it. It is like very, very fucking clear. And then he did it anyway. And to me, the most annoying thing is I can forgive mistakes, right? I can forgive mistakes if they are mistakes that you made because you genuinely just didn't think and didn't know any better. The reason I'm so heated about this and the reason it annoys me so much, right, is because Nousagi, given his knowledge, given his experience with the community, given his sort of interactions with talents, given how present he is in the VTuber scene, and given the fact that he put it behind a paywall, 100% knew that what he was doing would get him shit, and that it was against the general consensus of the public, and that it went against the general like wishes of the talents he was making the videos about. He knew that, and he did it anyway. And then he got caught, and he cried about it. And it's just, that annoys me more than anything, because he's not sad that he made a mistake. Because if he was sad he made a mistake, he would have stopped doing it months ago. He's sad that he got caught making a mistake. And now he's just nuking his entire channel over it, right? And hang on, I have a thing here. Where is this? Where is this? Fuck. That is my bad. I thought that was hidden. That's my bad. I did not mean to show his fucking membership page. Whoops. I probably shouldn't have done that. Whoops-a-doodles. Because I don't know what the rules are on that. I don't know, like, if there's a law against it or whatever. I don't think there's a law against it. It might get me in trouble. Just don't fucking snitch on me. I thought that was hidden. That's my bad. Whoops. Oopsie doodles. I can edit that out post stream. I can. I will edit that out. That's my mistake. Yeah, just trim it out. I probably will. Whoops. It's my mistake. Yeah, don't snitch on me, chat. I didn't realize I hadn't switched screens. That's my bad. I wasn't meaning to scroll through this. I was looking for a very specific statement he made about this when it happened, but it looks like he might have deleted it. Anyway, I can't find it, but anyway, it's there was a, you can make a canceling penumbral video now. Yeah, you get peak, just the first thing catch, the first view. What's it called? You get to be the first one to report on it. There you go. You get at least 2 views on that video, maybe even 3. An actual real reaction to a mistake. Yeah, I genuinely didn't. I only know because I looked at chat and people were like, don't scroll. And I'm like, how can you see him scrolling? And then I looked at the preview and I was like, ah, fuck. Because what I did is the way I use OBS Studio mode, which means that like you make a change and then you fade it or you transition it into the new one. So I clicked off the window, but I didn't transition, which means it's stuck as the old one, which is unfortunate. Just don't, look, it'll be fine. Just don't snitch on me, right? But anyway, he made a post on his membership. I'll see if I can find it later, but I can't see it now. He made a post on his memberships of I knew this was going to happen sooner or later, but I didn't expect it to happen like this, right? Talking about the what you call it? Talking about the whole situation with like the past life videos, right? And that statement was all I really needed to see to know that he didn't give a shit that he did it. He gave a shit that he got caught, right? Because if you knew that if you knew you were going to eventually get in a controversy for something sooner or later, then you know it's bad, right? You know that it's a fucked up thing to do. Which, first of all, if you knew that, why wouldn't you just get rid of it at that point and then save yourself the hassle? Weird, but better report false. Oh god, I'm gonna be a topic of drama. I'll edit out the VOD probably. I'll see if I can. But yeah, so yeah, I put a timestamp off again. Nothing fucking happens here. Look away. But I mean, I don't think I'd get in that. I don't think I could like really. I don't know if there's like a rule against it or what. If like, it's only because if it was just his community tab, I wouldn't give a shit because that's public. But if the fact that it's memberships, there's probably like a thing against it. I don't know. But yeah, the biggest thing to me was that he knew that I'm willing to forgive mistakes. You'll be fine, don't worry about it. I know, I've made mistakes before, but most of the time when I make a mistake like that, I don't flick off my own Twitter and then I scroll down and there's like some lewd shit because VTuber Twitter is the worst for safe for work. But I deliberately didn't want to do that and then I did it, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. To me, my biggest issue is just he knew he was doing something wrong. He just didn't care. And that, if you know you've done something wrong before everyone finds out about it and you don't do anything about it, that means you don't actually care that you did something wrong. If you only change, like if you only delete the videos and apologize and do everything after you get caught, you don't care that you did something wrong. You care that people found out. That to me is scummy. And I don't know that I can forgive that with a half-assed apology and I'm deleting my channel, right? I don't think you could reasonably get him lawsuit or whatever. I don't think you could reasonably sue him. I don't think you also should. I think that's a dangerous path to go down for a content creator. But it's definitely scummy. If you accidentally did it like Mouse with Demon Dice. Look, yeah, there's a difference between like hint, hint, nudge, nudging or accidentally saying something. And there's a very, very big difference between actively spreading information that's difficult to access without, you know, actively searching for it, right? But yeah, this whole situation annoyed me personally. It annoyed me because not only is the situation fucked, but people's response to it and his response, it's just, there's a whole lot of like people willing to excuse this. And I don't know. I don't know if I want him to delete his channel. I don't know that that's necessarily the best. I don't think he necessarily needs to leave the platform forever or anything, right? But I don't know. It just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. This whole situation. Because I personally agree that to a certain extent, like the whole weird, like, euphemism, like refusal to acknowledge reality kind of thing that goes on the VTuber scene is a bit strange at some points, where everyone kind of knows the secret and everyone just kind of pretends they don't. It's a bit strange sometimes, but like the extent he went to was fucking nuts. There were way too many pitchforks out as a reason. Oh yeah, I mean, the problem is with any drama, right, is that the moment something happens, you get the people that are undeniably on his side because they're his fans and nothing that anyone could say would change that, right? And then there's the people on the other side that were actively like just really, really like hurtful and like throwing just the worst shit at him, right? Just act like death threats, DMs. That shit always happens when there's drama. There's nothing you can do about it, but it's the worst, right? Because I disapprove of what he did. I really, really do. But when you have so many people that are like, take it way too far, not only is it just terrible to do as a human being, you should never give death threats to people. What the fuck's wrong with you? It also reduces how impactful the people against him's claim is, right? If the people on your side are also like harassing the guy that you're trying to like argue against, it reduces how valid your claims are and shit, right? But anyway. His graduation streams goes into more detail on his plans going forward. I haven't watched the whole thing. I will probably have to at some point. But I wouldn't be surprised if he pops up somewhere else. There was a bunch of like... The problem is as well that there was a bunch of like allegations and shit that had no proof behind them, right? And that's another problem with something like this. He did something wrong. He did something wrong enough that people can be justifiably annoyed at him and that can demand consequences reasonably. But the problem is that then everybody piles on with like 15 more fucking claims of shit he did with no proof. And so the whole situation becomes this big, like, murky, hard to, you know, sort of piece through mess where you don't really know what's true and what's false. Like, people were accusing him of being like another channel that got deleted a while back. People were accusing him of leaking personal addresses, which I've yet to find any actual substantial proof that he leaked a person's address. The closest thing I found was that on his membership page and his community tab, sometimes when he's talking about his news, what he does is he, like, if something happens, he might say, and this is Miki Neko's address, as in, like, her addressing the situation. You know, if someone puts out a statement, you'll say, okay, and this was Penumbral's address, and this was Raylis' address, where it's like their address, they're like them saying something about the situation. Because address can be a noun for like your statement about something. So there's a lot of like a bunch of things on his membership page on his new weekly news where he has just like, he'll have like Miki Neko's address ... and then a link, right? Which obviously what it means is that you go to it and then it's like a statement. But at a glance, I could see why someone could be like flicking through his membership page and see, oh, Miki Neko's address, he leaked her address, and then that person goes to Twitter and then it becomes a rumor, right? But the problem is, I don't know, maybe he did. He deleted the video, so I can't tell, and I can't find any substantial proof. It's one of the problems is that even when you're right, even when someone does something wrong, the people that are on your side that just go way too far and like throw every fucking accusation at the wall completely cloud like any sort of actual evidence you can find. They said that he linked doxing sites he used to get the info he showed in those videos, which contained the addresses. Yeah, but do we have proof? Is there screenshots? Is there a link to, like, because he deleted everything, is there like a link to, you know, him linking to the sites? If there's no proof, then all it does is weaken your overall claims, because if you make one claim without proof, every other one of your claims then becomes called into question. So the whole situation was fucked. It was really annoying. I got really annoyed at it. This entire whole thing. Just, ugh. Yeah, of course he knows the consequences. That was the thing I said earlier. He knew he was doing wrong. He knew he was doing a wrong thing and he just didn't care and he did it anyway, and that annoys me. And yeah, you can't share proof because the proof itself is doxing information. So like if you share it, you're also doxing the talent. So it's like, fuck. Anyway. Aren't you glad we did that first and now we can end on a funnier note? Aren't you? I'm glad we did that. I'd hate to end our stream on that fucking note. What made him think this was going to end well? I don't know. I don't know if he ever thought he'd be caught. He did say in one of his statements that he knew it was going to happen eventually, but I don't know what his, like... I don't know what his fucking plan was. What's the timestamp? 2:01. No, wait. 2:02. So, funny news. I don't know if you guys saw this. Pippa's Flavr thing. I don't know. So, essentially, I think the stream... No, the stream's up. I'll see if I can find it. I don't know if he expected how severe the backlash would be. I don't know. Because he knew it was going to happen. I just don't know. Is it Flavr or is it Flavr? I think it's Flavr. Shit's funny. So essentially what happened was Pippa, who's, I assume most of you know, meme lord that she is, Yeah, so say just spelling it out doesn't help. Every time I ask how to pronounce something, you guys do the same fucking thing. 20135. Yeah, but we kind of lingered on the Nousagi situation for a little bit. Where's this stream? Where is it? I think it's this one. So she uses novel.
Anyways.
Oh, that's loud.
Our next talent.
Should
we misspell Valentine?
Flavor. But so she used Novel AI, which is a great site. If you've never used Novel AI, it's fucking amazing. Good shit. The art you can get from that thing is fun as hell. But yeah, this whole situation was funny. So basically, she goes to the stream, right, and she uses it to generate like the image itself. So she puts in a bunch of prompts, right, to get this, right, and then I think she does some tweaking to get this. So she makes it, and then she does this for, I don't know, was it 5 people? And she basically comes up with this whole fake VTuber agency called Flavr, right? And then I think that was it. I think that's all she did. She made this, and she made the logo for it, right? And then she just left it. And she was like, that's fine. It's a fun little stream, right? Unbeknownst to her, the internet was going to take this concept and just kind of run with it far, far, far more than she ever thought they would, right? So, I'm not going to make the same mistake again. I will remember to fade it this time. So I think the first thing that happened was the agency got like a Twitter, right? I did remember. There's also now a bathwater Twitter for it. I don't know how that quite works, but I'm not entirely sure how that works, but hey, good for them on that grind set. So yeah, you go here. First of all, already has like 1,800 followers, which is nuts, but what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5. So this happened, and it made this whole like Twitter for it, which was not meant to happen. This isn't a real VTuber agency, or it wasn't. It was a meme. But then people started like actually like making channels for them, right? And the channels, I think who was the one I saw that actually streamed? Hang on. So where are they following? Hang on. So there's like now there's channels for every one of the like members, right? And they all have like a decent number of followers for not existing, for being fake, right? And then they actually just started streaming. Like she actually has like a fucking YouTube channel where she streams. And there are where did the streams go? The streams were here. I looked at the streams earlier. Where did they go? Who took them? Who took my streams? Where did they go? Why are they here? Are they unlisted? What the fuck's happening? Did I click on the wrong channel? Why is there 2 channels? Never mind. Whatever. Anyway. Apparently, there's now just a channel behind this. And they have merch, apparently. And they also have like an apology video. Not an apology video. Like they have like a statement on like drama. The whole mile. They really did their research on what a VTuber agency is all about, right? I do like the way that they phrase this as well. Using the company phone for non-related lewd pictures is explicitly against the talent's contract.
How was your day?
That moment when the parody of small tuber corpus is doing better than most small tuber corpus.
That is kind of sad, isn't it? Right? Like the meme VTuber corporation that was just entirely a joke at the beginning is actually kind of getting more traction than most real VTuber corporations. Kind of sad. But this whole thing is just we will not be accepting refund requests for her merch orders. I am also obligated to say that she is a whore. I honestly kind of wish that agencies like literally gave statements like this, just like a very salty like ex-girlfriend. But yeah, I don't know. It's a massive fucking meme. It kind of got away from everyone. Even Pippa herself was like, what the fuck is going on? But hey, you give the internet a concept, it might just take it away from you sometimes. This whole thing is funny. This whole thing's hilarious. Multiple copies of members isn't a problem for Flavr. More copies means more streams for everyone, which means more money for us. Wonder if this will go full circle and she'll stream with one of them. Knowing Pippa, she probably would. Knowing her and knowing how fucking memey she is. Toxic. Wait, they have. Is that a new generation? What the fuck's going on? Hello? Also, actually, there was a stream. I saw one of the other FaZe Connect members was streaming earlier about it. I can't remember which one. Hang on. Who was it? Who was it? Oh my god, there's so many FaZe Connect members. Why are there so many? I can't remember all of these people. Who was it? Who the fuck was it? One of these people was streaming. Oh yeah. It was Pankle. Hang on. It was this one. It was streamed an hour ago. I saw it streaming and I was like, hey, that's kind of good timing.
Oh, Panko hates Pippa. Panko.
Yeah, I think Pippa's technically the CEO. I don't know quite how that happened, but oh wait, did they just? Oh, they actually just sat and generated the next generation. Also, nice.
Hey, Penumbra, sweetie, how was your day?
Before the name.
I kinda wanna know what Sakamata had to say about this to Pippa.
Did she say anything? This whole situation is fucking weird. Thank you for the donation, Heretic. Sakana. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, who the fuck? Have I missed a... Did I miss a memo? I was so confused. I was like, I don't think there's anyone in FaZe Connect called Sakamata. Sakamata is Chloe, that's from Hololive. Did you come in too late? Yeah, we are just finishing on our final news story. It was a fun one. Someone remind me in the because I'm probably gonna have to wait for the video to process, but someone remind me in the Discord later to edit out that bit where I fucked up with Nousagi, because I will forget and it will stay there forever. Oh. Other than that, I think we're done, right? I think that's fine. What's the timestamp? 2:01:35 is after the lingering. Okay, hey, let me change that. Change this. And what's the timestamp now? 2:11. We say 2:11. Okay. So, oh, right. I think that's us. Okay, why is this? I hate the fact that YouTube defaults to top chat instead of live chat. I've never once wanted top chat in my life. But yeah, I think we're done. So, a bit weird, bit of a different time than normal. Normally we stream on a Sunday, but I kind of had to catch up. So we will actually still have our normal, our normal stream on the Sunday, and then we'll have our tier list on the Tuesday, and then I might have a little Twitch stream on the Monday if I can be bothered. Yeah, is there anything else? So I'm hoping I have the swords video. I don't know if I want to upload it. I'm probably gonna have an actual Indonesia Hololive Indonesia in a nutshell. Not in a nutshell, the Hololive Indonesia experience up. Maybe this weekend, hopefully. Cross your fingers if I can get the editing done. I might upload the swords video. If I might have to upload it and then just never watch it so I don't cringe myself out of existence, but yeah. So Sunday, probably Indonesia video and news stream. I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything else going on. I think it's a pretty chill time. Don't forget, I won't forget, I have an ending screen. Thanks for dropping by, guys. Hope it was informative. I hope I didn't rant too much. Sunday at what time? Normally a bit earlier than today. So normally about 3 to 4 a.m. my time, which is like, I think PST is 15 hours behind me, so that's like like 11 p.m. midday, like midday in America, I think. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope it was fun. Hope you learned something. I'll be having a pop quiz on this on Sunday, so I hope you've taken notes. If not, I guess you're fucked. And I'll see you guys then. I haven't forgotten anything, have I? No, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you enjoyed. What if I just never ended the stream? See, you thought I was going to end it there, right? And a lot of you left, but I just fucking debated you. What if I just sat here and I never ended the stream? Like, it's actually secret. I'm going to transition back and we're going to keep talking for another hour. I'm not going to do that. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just going to keep awkwardly talking. What I really want is I want like a random stream ending like bot I can add where I click it, but it doesn't end it immediately. It just randomly ends it in like a 2-minute period, right? And so I just be talking like this, and like randomly it would just like cut off at